Come on, motherfucker. Don't fucking do this. Why the fuck do you do this every fucking morning? I swear to fucking God. I'm gonna set this motherfucker on fire. Piece of shit.
Hey, sit back for 5 minutes and hang out with me. As hard as this may be to swallow, just try to choke down what the fuck I'm about to put on your plate. So the grocery store is your gas station. The gym is your garage. The couch is your driveway. And that hunk of shit that you're staring at and crying to and complaining to every day, that's your flesh car. Your flesh car is set up like this. Your eyes are the windshield. Your mouth is the hole where you shove the gas nozzle in. Your stomach is the gas tank where all of your fuel is stored. Your heart is your gas pump, which pumps all of the fuel from your tank through your vascular system, which are your fuel lines, moving all of the gas from your tank into your muscles, giving you the energy to move your flesh car. So how does your fucking flesh car look, and what are you driving? Is it a compact? Is it a coupe? Is it a sedan? Is it a sports car? A luxury vehicle? An SUV? Maybe you have a fucking RV or a garbage truck. What are you driving around in? Have you ever seen those people who live in their cars where they have so much shit inside that they can't see out of their windows? It's like they're homeless as fuck, and you can tell everything that they eat and how they live their life because you can see the wrappers shoved in between the layers of the shit that they have stacked on top of each other. They don't throw anything away, and if they ever wanted to find anything, they would have to climb from the front seat to the back seat and into the trunk through all the piles of shit, making it even more messy in their car every time. Does this sound like you or someone you know? You drive down life's road through dust storms, riding behind other vehicles who are breaking down, spinning out of control, making wrong turns, and getting lost. What the fuck lane did you allow yourself to get in? You look to your left and you see another road where all of these other cars, they're speeding, man. There's no backups. Everything is just flowing. There's no potholes. So you tell yourself, tomorrow, I'm fucking taking that road instead of this one. So you pull out of the driveway the next day, you start driving, and then you realize this fucking route is taking longer than I thought it would. You're actually going out of your way. So you fucking turn around, right? This is your life. You're full of clutter, watered down fuel. Everyone can clearly see what you've been eating. You make the decisions to follow the wrong people every day that you wake up and you start moving down life's road. You never wake up early so you can create the time necessary to get to that other road where the traffic is flowing and the road is smooth. And you, my friend, you don't ever have to worry about a passenger getting in your car because it is so full of your own shit that there is no room for anyone to sit. Actually, there's so much shit in your car that you almost have a hard time not falling out of it yourself while you're sputtering down that dirt road. But if you would simply allow yourself to separate the car from the driver, if you would realize that your poor car is being neglected because the driver is a lazy, unmotivated, dilapidated, pity party, no pinky popping, out of shape, unhealthy, excuse making, snooze button hitting, smelly fat motherfucker who refuses to clean out his or her own car, then maybe, just maybe, you will allow your monster out so he or she can teach you how to drive and how to wake up early so you can finally make it to that highway where all the other cars are speeding and switching lanes and taking their own exits to reach their own destinations.
Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky.
You know why you have a hard time not drinking and not doing drugs? Do you know why you have a hard time making friends or just getting out of your fucking foggy shit fuck sack that you're in? Do you know what that problem is? Is you won't open the fucking cage and let your monster out. You know that. You have a fucking monster inside of you. We all do, right? And some people that you see are very successful and they're just outgoing and they don't give a fuck. They're gonna get it done. They're gonna get it done because they opened the cage, and the monster has your toolbox inside of that cage too, and your toolbox has courage, regret, instinct. There's all of these tools in this toolbox that you refuse to take from the monster because you're afraid to let him out. But you need to let him out and play because he's going to starve to death and die, and then you're going to die. He's in there begging for you to fucking open the cage, but you're looking at it and you feel that this monster is so powerful and strong, but you're afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Open the fucking cage. Let him out, because here's what he'll do. He will pick you up and he will set you in the passenger seat of your flesh car, and he will buckle your ass in and tell you to shut the fuck up and don't move. And he's going to teach you how to drive the car. He's also going to teach you who to let in the fucking car. You know, some people want to get in and take a ride. Some people are just stranded and hitchhikers, and you feel like you got to let everybody in your fucking car without vetting them. You let everybody in, and when they get in your car, like, leave all their fucking fast food wrappers in there. You let them leave their fucking cookies and chip bags and chocolate bars ground into your fucking carpets.
You let them fart in your car. You let them do all kinds of fucked up shit when you let them in your vehicle. You never set rules when people come into your fucking flesh vehicle. You just let them in and go for the ride, and they fuck it up and they're just free to leave. And then you're stuck to clean up the mess every time. But if you let your monster out, he's checking IDs. He's wanting to know how you know this person. What are your intentions? You're not just getting in this fucking car anymore.
Hey, yo, Papa Pinky. You know you came here with a partner, right? The one who can push you when you're uncomfortable. The one who would tear a hole through a man's ribcage if he's seen him hitting or hurting a woman or a loved one. The one who reacts out of raw instinct without concerning him or herself with the morality of his or her actions in order to do the right thing, no fucking matter what. The one who would tell you to shut the fuck up whenever you question the instinct button that flashes every time your gut tingles when you think of a great idea. He or she would tell you, go after that motherfucker with a plan. The one who would tell you to let down your guard and risk the pain for the pleasure and to chase the fucking pain for the results. The one who could do all these things if you would just open the fucking cage door that he or she is locked behind. If you would only let him or her out, they would wrap their hands around your neck and tell you to quit being a little bitch. They would tell you, stop sucking life's dick and stand up and slap it across the face and collect your lottery winnings, your seconds and minutes, your hours and days, your weeks, your months, your years. You see, you won first place at the Sperm Olympics and you weren't even conscious. And the reason you won is because your monster swam for you. And this is how you fucking repay them, by leaving them locked up in a fucking cage. That is bullshit and you should be ashamed of yourself. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to listen to me talk a little bit of shit. I'm your host, Chef Roger Urso's Monster, and as always, Papa Pinky.
Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky.
How can you drive a new vehicle, have money in the bank, you're successful, you have a beautiful husband or wife, a beautiful home, yet you smell like shit and you're fat as the ass end of a school bus? Oh, but I'm happy. No, you're not. How can you be happy when you're staring in the mirror and you're looking at a fucking honey glazed ham with arms and legs and little chubby fingers and toes? How the fuck are you happy with that? You're not. You're lying to yourself because you're too weak and you're too lazy to apply the effort to fix your flesh car. You have all the riches of life, yet you can't even stand to look at yourself without feeling ashamed. And what type of an example are you for your kids? Your kids get to see you roll around out of breath, smoking in the car while limping through the drive-thru. What in the actual fuck? You only own jogging pants because of the elastic waistband. And sorry, not sorry, you're a lazy, self-esteem depleted hunk of shit right now. Soft talks with safe words, is that what you want? A cup of fucking hot chocolate with some s'mores snuggled up to a bag of buttery popcorn on the couch next to your significant other, who, by the way, is silently disgusted with the way you look and smell, but his or her name's on the bank account, so you're both just gonna fucking roll through life feeding off of each other. Effort can only be applied if you let the monster out. You just need to unlock the fucking cage, because you didn't come here alone. You can call your monster Allah, you can call your monster God, for fuck's sakes, you can call your monster Bob or Jennifer or Frank. Call it what you want, but you have one. You're just too afraid of handing the control over to it. But fuck that. Let him out. Let her out, because you are slowly, every day, getting closer to your fucking clock being punched. Roger, you're rude. No, bitch. You're weak. You choose to be limited because you refuse to give control to your inner beast. And the gear that you need to put your flesh car in, it needs a strong hand and a heavy foot to smash the clutch and to pull the trigger on the fucking shifter. What are you gonna do? Sit there and eat and drink yourself into a fucking double wide casket? They're gonna have to turn you sideways to put you in the fucking oven? One day at a time. Just make better decisions and work hard one day at a time, and the results will follow. Don't work hard and don't make good decisions one day at a time, and results will follow. You make fat jokes to make yourself feel better about the fact that you're too weak and you're too unmotivated. You breathe twice the air, you eat twice the food, you take up twice the space, and you carry twice the weight on your fucking skeletal system. You have double the chances of heart failure and diabetes. You can't have sex and enjoy it because you don't want to fucking be naked because you're embarrassed. And this isn't enough to change? Now look, you're overweight and you're still loved by me and you're still loved by everyone else. You're just not fucking loved by yourself. I hope I have offended you, and I hope it pisses you off enough to change your lazy little bitch ass.
Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky.
Let me articulate in my own words the raw and undebatable truth about Father Time. But first let me sharpen my tongue on the word greatness, and then I promise I'll slice you the fuck open and shove this mess message directly into your soul. Greatness cannot be achieved without obsession. An obsession takes up and consumes time. And if you're limited on time, how in the fuck are you going to be able to afford obsession? Here's how. You have to sacrifice parts of your life in order to create the time to afford obsession. But listen, once you invest your time into that purchase, you better get your money's worth, ladies and gentlemen. You better let your fucking monster out, because the parts of your life that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to afford obsession will be the greatest parts of your life that you will ever have. Now let that fucking sink in. If you go to work every single day and you make the same amount of money and you drive the same route and you visit the same bank and you pay the same bills, but you're expecting a different result, then here's what you're actually doing. You're rolling through life in your flesh car through a rainstorm, traveling the back roads with a cracked engine block, a hole in your muffler, 2 spare tires with less than a quarter tank of gas, a broken windshield, and both of your fucking wipers just fell off. Plus you left your cell phone at home on the kitchen counter next to the empty box of donuts that your fat ass just finished eating, so you, my friend, can't even call for help once your ass breaks down. You're a safe full-time employee with health care, a 401k, hell, you even get vacation and sick days. Yay! Clap for yourself and pat your unmotivated, broke-down hunk of brainwashed shit on the trunk of your flesh car and let me spit at you for a second. A year has 8,760 hours in it. Most of you work over 40 hours a week, but let's just use the number 40. This equates to 2,080 hours per year. That's 25% of your life's lottery winnings spent working to pay your bills. You are writing life a check to fucking breathe. If you sleep 6 hours a day, then you're giving up another 25% of your life's lottery just to go through life with your eyes closed, lying on your back or your side, or however the fuck you sleep. So now half of your life is made up of work and sleep, and you sleep because you're tired from fucking working. You went from having 8,760 hours per year to having 4,490. You now have 12 hours a day to lift, run, love, experience, eat, use the bathroom, socialize, to plan, and to execute, so you can turn the tables on life and take back some of your time one day at a time. But not you. You get sidetracked. You fight, you argue, you hurt, you cry, you become complacent and full of regret, and then you freeze while life rolls by with its window down and it spits in your fucking face just before hitting that puddle full of fluids that has been leaking out of your broken down flesh car, and it splashes all over your bitch ass.
Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky, Papa Pinky.
You know you're going to check out one day, yet there you are, laying in bed, waiting for the alarm clock to go off that you set just so you can hit snooze twice, you lazy fuck. And the reason you're laying there is because there's nothing exciting you to get off your fucking back. You were stronger on the day that you swam to your mom's egg after you left your dad's nutsack than you are today. And you weren't even fucking conscious at the time you won the Sperm Olympics. So why are you wasting this beautiful moment? Why are your eyes closed? It's almost like you're on a roller coaster ride, and when you get to the very top and you're sitting in the back car, and just before the drop, you close your eyes and hold your breath because you're too uncomfortable to face the rush. I didn't say afraid. I said uncomfortable. You see, fear is a word made up by humans to identify an uncomfortable feeling, but that's all it is. It's an uncomfortable feeling. But every time you attach this giant 4-letter word to your uncomfortable feeling, you make that feeling even more uncomfortable. And not only do you make that feeling more uncomfortable, you allow that feeling to handcuff you to a fucking steel beam so you can't even move. See, you refuse to open your eyes and breathe until the ride stops. But what you don't understand is this. Once that fucking ride stops, you can't go back to see the things that you missed. And you can't stay on the ride and try to go back for a second chance because you were only given one ticket and you already went through the line. You're allowing yourself to become conditioned by other people who want to control your miracle. And listen, motherfucker, you say shit like this, and I don't care who you are or what your status is, how much shit you talk, what you have, you still are, or at the very least have been this person. I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid to be hurt. I'm afraid to commit. I'm afraid I'll get lost. I'm afraid to go too fast. I'm afraid of guns. I'm afraid to try new things. I'm afraid I'll die. No, you're fucking not. You're not afraid of any of that. You're just uncomfortable because you listen to other people's experiences who were too weak to push through their uncomfortable feelings. So you feel like that could also happen to you. But that's bullshit because you're not them. You are you. And you have what it takes to sit in the front car of the fucking ride. You have what it takes
to open your eyes, throw your fucking pinkies up over your head and scream out of complete and utter euphoria while the ride is moving at 100 miles an hour straight downhill and you feel like your hair is going to be ripped out of your fucking scalp by the force of the plunge. You see, you just need to get in, sit the fuck down, and make that ride your bitch. No risk, no reward. This applies to every single fiber that the stitches are made out of that hold your ass together. And so is life.
Papa Pinky.